Taurus Descendant, Scorpio rising. I'm here to give you a summer of love wild card read straight from the hip with lots of lip, and we are looking at what's coming up for you in romance over these summer months. We're looking at this period that will be going on clear through the fourth super moon in the 4 back-to-back super moon cycles we're having. So this will go clear through September. Just as we head into the fall equinox, so quite a little chunk of time we're looking at here. This is a predictive read, okay? So some of the things that come in may not be aware of yet, so just give the read a time of, unfolding. Let it unfold. I feel like the things are going to be unfolding for you. Maybe there's some things that you're not quite certain how they're going to go yet, but I think that things will become clear pretty soon. I think there will be an understanding. Maybe this understanding comes in through some kind of message. I saw like this bird fly by the window. So for me, that's always like some kind of message coming in, perhaps messages from spirit. I think maybe you're already getting a sense of which way things are heading. Okay. It's interesting. We got death in reverse. So a lot of times this is something that really needs to come to a close, but there's still kind of a clinging to that energy and unwillingness to release the energy. This is also Scorpio energy. So Scorpio rising, all right? You've been hosting that South Node position. So it's probably been a pretty heavy deep dive for you. I think maybe you might still be a little too stuck in that cycle. You might still be very kind of immersed in looking back at the past. I feel like you're trying to solve some kind of mystery or find an answer to an unanswerable question. That's what just came in, kind of interesting there. But I feel like there's something related to your past, related to your love relationships in the past, or perhaps a particular lover in the past that you just I don't know, you're still holding on to this thing and the energy needs to be released. It's like it's preventing you from rising up into that Taurus North Node. And with being a Taurus Descendant, that's essential that you make that rise, okay? It's something that's kind of holding you up at the crossroads. Did you notice the cards are kind of sticky here? What's on the bottom? Ooh, Judgment, yes, okay? There's something that is coming back around the bend here. Yep, you're getting communication from somebody you were involved with in the past, and you know this devil. You know this devil. You've been down the South Node action with this devil. You've done the deep dive into Scorpio with this devil. I think of Pluto. I think of Hades. I think of Persephone. I think this is a connection that at times has felt very almost addictive, could be codependent. This could be also feeling that there's some kind of ties that bind in this situation. There could have been actual binding in this situation. That's what kept loves apart, or somebody's trying to control in a situation. They're not willing to let go of somebody because they don't want this person to go to somebody else. Interesting. I feel like you're getting communication from this person. They could be a Capricorn. They could have a strong Capricorn placement. There could have been something that went down at the last Capricorn supermoon on July 3rd, maybe right around the holidays there, right around the 4th of July. Maybe something happened 4th of July weekend. You might have even received some kind of communication from this person, or there was some kind of communication that came forward around this person. It's like something rising up from the dead. There's a judgment call being sounded on this, all right? Something's coming back to life. And with the death card in reverse, we know that this thing isn't done yet, okay? There's something that hasn't been addressed here. I feel like it's something really insidious and unhealthy in this connection that hasn't been addressed. But there's communication coming in. And there is a choice here with the Lovers, all right? There's a choice here with the Lovers. This is some pretty heavy hitter energy coming in. I also feel like there's some kind of balancing out that's happening in this situation. It looks like somebody has to lose in this situation, you know, or they might perceive it as a loss. Like somebody is disappointed in this situation and it's in direct relation to a union, to a relationship. Queen of Swords coming in here. Okay. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's a truth here. The Queen of Swords is coming in upright. Okay. So it's interesting to see. I'm going to do some clarification on this Queen of Swords to see what role the Queen of Swords is playing in this situation. But it does have this vibe here. Okay. There could have been like some kind of third party situation. There could be a separation occurring in a relationship that there was some sense that this was going to be like, you know, a reason to celebrate. And instead something's called off. A wedding's called off. That could be a possibility. If that's the case, it could be related to some like past unhealthy pattern in relationships that's causing an issue. It could be related to addiction. It could be related to a past connection to somebody that you know it's like it's not a healthy connection and it sabotages something good for you. You need to be aware of this. You're dancing with some devil, you know, there's like kind of like making a deal with the devil kind of energy here. You do need to be aware. Judgment is being sounded on this situation, and it all relates to your choice, the way this turns out. Whatever you choose, you know, it has to come from a place of integrity, a place of truth. And I feel like you have to own this truth. Like there's a need to present receipts here, you know. Somebody's already got the truth. They're asking for the truth. You may be in this position. You may be like out with it. Like you either come to me with the truth or this gets cut off. I'm not going for another round of this. Okay. There's definitely communication coming in here and it gets things moving with the Wheel of Fortune. Big Empress energy with the Queen of Swords there. Okay. Also your energy too. Dualistic energy. We got Libra and we got Taurus energy here. You could be like a Libra with Taurus rising. That's a possibility. Okay. Or you could be a Taurus with, no, you couldn't be that. You might have Taurus and Libra strongly aspected in your chart, or you might be dealing with one of these figures, somebody figuring prominently in this situation. There's some kind of turn of fortune. Turn of fortune happening in this situation. I also got a whole other cast of characters coming up here. We got Taurus is very front and center naturally. This is your reading. So I do feel like this is something that's directly affecting you. Okay. You're really feeling this. You're experiencing this. Also, you know, another fixed sign is Scorpio. So this is speaking for you very strongly. There is a turn of fortune coming here. You may also be dealing with another Taurus. You could be dealing with another Scorpio. You could also be dealing with a Leo. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Ophiuchus. And maybe Ophiuchus is this devil. Okay. Maybe this devil is pulling the strings. Maybe this devil is pulling the strings. Maybe you have questions about this devil. Look, we got the Sphinx energy holding the swords. Okay. It's like you're wanting some answers. Like, out with it, give me the truth, you know. That's a possibility. You could be getting communication from this person. Something might be revealed to you. Something might be revealed to you that you weren't aware of. Okay, this could be something that's been kind of like a dark cloud over this connection, or maybe somebody in this situation has been struggling with like addiction. That's what's responsible for all of this kind of it looks like there's been some kind of upsetting experience here, something that's caused grief, something that's caused heartache, something that's caused remorse, interference in a connection. I'm picking it up. It's got like a real addictive quality to it, I have to tell you. It could be it's like an addictive relationship. It could also be that it's like an addiction, maybe to alcohol, because I'm seeing like the 3 of Cups spilled out here. That's possible. Maybe somebody is like coming out with it. You might have somebody communicating the truth. It might be hard to hear. This person might be struggling with something, some kind of vice, some kind of addiction, something that's kind of been hidden. I feel like this has really been hidden in that Scorpio South Node. It could also be you communicating the truth about this. You are starting to really like maybe in that deep dive in the Scorpio South Node, you've done some healing work and you've realized some things about yourself. You've realized that maybe you need help or support, you know, you're looking for healing. You know, you're really wanting to rise up into that North Node. You want to be in this place where you really feel like in your element and where you just feel like really just in your heart that it's safe for you to be in your heart. You might have been transmuting a lot of heavy stuff around an old relationship, maybe even an abusive relationship. It's like really heavy energy around it. Super heavy. Super heavy. Like, I got a spell on you kind of energy, but like not in a romantic way, in like a creepy, controlling way. You know, there's like a controlling quality to what you're processing, what you're transmuting here. And there's also kind of like this feeling of being chained or being bound or being stuck. Again, it's like kind of controlling themes, like maybe even feeling like there's something that you just find so intoxicating, like you're so drawn to it. You find it so seductive. You find it so alluring. It's hard to say no to this devil. It's hard to say no to this devil, you know? You might be hearing from somebody that you haven't heard from for a while. You had a really unhealthy connection with this person. I feel like maybe you haven't been communicating. There's been some kind of loss around this situation. There's also reflection, like you've been looking back at this. And maybe your focus on this, because you've been focusing on the past so much, it's like you're manifesting it. You know, you're breathing life back into this connection. This thing is rising back up from the dead. You thought it was like done and buried. It's not. It's coming back. There's something that needs to be done here. There's something that needs to be communicated here. There's some truth that needs to be revealed in this situation. It's something hasn't been closed out properly. For some of you, I have to tell you, there can be the energy of like, and it doesn't have to be that you're the one who did it. It could be somebody connected to the situation. But there's something coming through here about like an old like love spell, like kind of like it hasn't been totally like balanced out yet. You know, it's got like karma attached to it that it hasn't been balanced out yet. There is this like very restrictive, controlling energy here that's present. And there's a judgment being sounded on this situation. It's like this is not going to just be buried. Maybe you did try to bury something. Maybe you did try to bury something to balance it out, you know? Maybe there's some truth that is being, you know, dug up, unearthed, you know, and it's highlighting something. It's highlighting something. I don't know why I keep getting spell work, because I'm thinking of like you sometimes earth spells, you know, so maybe there's something you needed to earth. And this actually, it's like, no, there's a second piece to closing this work. It might involve communication. There's something that needs to be communicated in this situation to balance the karma. There's direct communication and movement in association with this. We see that with the 8 of Wands, okay? It's like working through a sticky process, okay? But there's opportunity to bring healing in this situation. The Empress heals, you know, the Empress restores. And there's some moving away from this suffering, this pain, this heartache that was caused by And look at this, Seven of Swords behavior, okay? There's a moving away from this energy. So maybe something was done in secret. Something was done in secret, but now it's coming out, you know? It's coming out. There's some kind of, you know, sense of strife around this, worry around this. Maybe you're worried about this secret coming out. You don't want this secret to come out. You know, maybe you're trying to suppress this secret. Maybe that's what the bearing is about. Maybe it's like one of those like out, damn spot. I got like Lady Macbeth vibes, you know? You want to blot this out. You want to just move away from this energy. I feel like you've been trying to move away from this energy, but you're not able to move away from it because it's almost like, see, the swords are coming forward with you. The swords are coming forward with you. There's a child here too. I don't know if this has something to do with the secret around a child. I'm getting a few messages with that. Was there an unexpected pregnancy? This could be, and there's a few different ways this could manifest. I got a few different storylines with this, okay? So I'm going to bring them in. One piece is that there was an unexpected pregnancy and that this is the result of an affair, okay? Because we got Seven of Swords, which could be sneaking around. There's a desire to move forward, you know, out of troubled waters, but there's an inability to really do that. It's like you can't get away with this because, you know, you're a child. There's a child here. So it's like the strife comes forward, even in trying to move forward into a new cycle. It still connects you to the past. This could be that you have a child with somebody, and this ex, it's you know, it's baggage that comes with you, and it's something that's heavy. You know, you're trying to move forward, but you feel like this person is an interfering element when it comes to you stepping into, you know, a new love relationship and really being able to embrace that and feel free of that. Maybe this was a very traumatic connection too, or perhaps it was an abusive connection. And so there's a lot you've been trying to heal around this connection, and it's actually been stealing time from you. It's been stealing energy from you that could be poured into really enjoying your present connection. Maybe you've been focusing on the old story too much. Maybe you've been through a therapeutic healing process with this, but you've been focusing on it. Like, it's like kind of like, maybe it's at the point where there is a need to kind of like stand in your power and speak your truth so you can feel more like you're able to really draw a line under the past so you can move forward cleanly, okay? Because in a way, it's sort of like, yeah, therapy is great, but if it just involves you staying in a story of victimization and just sort of staying in that place where you're never really like rising up and speaking your truth and cutting the cords and cutting off what doesn't serve, you know, there's something about this that it allows you to free yourself from the trauma loop. You know, I feel like there's something really deep you're healing here in matters of love, and it's causing you to rise up into this energy. You're really learning how to love yourself. You're really learning how to value yourself. You're starting to cut yourself free from a toxic old cycle. That's what I got here. I also got with this love child. Okay, love child, it just came out like that. Love child energy has been coming forward for the collective in general, which I find very interesting. But I do think there's been this activity kind of going on in the collective where there's been some kind of clandestine connections. And I feel like a lot of that, it's not really so unexpected, because I think with everything that came in with 2020 and people being more isolated, people started to make connections online, and also online connections have made it a lot easier for people to compromise their committed relationships. And so this has almost like encouraged people to have like, you know, little, you know, sliding into the DMs, you know, what my partner doesn't know won't hurt them kind of things. But this almost feels like maybe this was something that was taken to the next level. Maybe there was even a trip, like kind of like a clandestine little jaunt, you know. But it leaves something behind that's like receipts, you know. That's what I get. It leaves something behind. This could be an unexpected love child, okay? This is a stress. You're not knowing how to handle this situation. That's another possibility. Another possibility is, and that could be a love child that's, you know, your love child, or it could be your partner's got this love child. And there's something to deal with around this. Some kind of truth is coming out, you know. Somebody's got a vice, you know. Somebody's got a vice, like their darkness won, you know. It's sort of like they couldn't resist. They succumb to temptation, and ends up being a tie that binds, you know. Now it's a mess. Now there's like this, you know, it's like a soul contract, you know, almost, but not a beneficial soul contract. You know what I'm saying? It's like making a deal with the devil, making a deal with the devil. Maybe somebody's trying to make a deal with the devil to keep this quiet. That might be compromising. There's a lot of stickiness here. There's a lot of sticky. It's like a sticky situation. Another piece I have is that somebody got pregnant unexpectedly and they addressed it. You know, plan B, you know, they addressed it. They didn't tell this person. They handled matters on the down low privately. And it's something that's a huge stress. It's something that burdens the soul. It's something that there's a lot of guilt around. And there's this need to really release yourself from this by communicating a truth. Communicating a truth. You know that this truth, whatever this truth that's being communicated, it brings with it grief. It brings with it heartache. There's something here that's hard to face. It's hard to express. And I also feel like you've been processing something like this. So this is kind of front and center, okay? All right, let's look at what's going on here. Just to get some energies on the board, we already brought in the fixed signs. So we got Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Ophiuchus, Leo, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Couple confirmations with Libra energy reinforced, actually quite strongly. Also Gemini energy really reinforced as well. Okay, so this is like kind of confession energy. All right, so let's see what's coming in here. All right, you're sorting something out. It looks like you're sorting something out. It looks like a deep healing process. For some of you, it involves a recovery process. It does involve like owning up to something. There's accountability to be taken in this situation. What's coming in for Taurus Descendant, Scorpio rising in summertime in relation to love and romance? What is this about? You know, some of you haven't been able to even open up to love because what you went through in your last romantic situation did such a number on you that you've really just been trying to integrate this breakup. Okay, we got a crossing energy here. We have Four of Wands to Queen of Wands to Seven of Wands. All right. So Queen of Wands coming up in a situation like this where we have Seven of Swords in play, where we have some secret being revealed. Queen of Wands can often indicate the other person. It can indicate the mistress. It can indicate the third party. This can indicate somebody who uses their sexuality to entice, or somebody who's just, you know, been somebody on the side that's just, you know, been having some fun. Big Leo energy here, front and center. This also could be Aries, and it could also be Sagittarius. So fire sign energy factoring strongly there. I do feel like there is a sense of Mm-hmm. Feeling like you're having to like fend competition off. That's what it looks like, okay? Because we got 7 of Wands here coming in. 7 of Wands here to the 4 of Wands. That's the 1111 card. This is, giving somebody their flowers, mutual appreciation. This can often indicate marriage, okay? This can indicate somebody you're building with, somebody that you're aligned with. This feels like you're equal. It's like the quintessential happy ending to the story. We made it kind of energy. There may be somebody in this situation that is feeling like they got to defend what they feel is theirs and they're not willing to sacrifice it. Okay. With the 7 of Wands, they're like, nope, I'm fending off this competition. There might be a lot of competition for this person. There might be too much viewing this situation in a competitive way. I also feel very strongly that there's something here you have strong convictions about. You're stubborn about it. You want to block the competition. You feel like, no, this is my person, and I'm not going to let anybody take this from me. I'm not letting anybody take me out of the loop when it comes to this. This is my person. I'm aligned with this person. This is my happy ending, This is an old cycle. This is something it's gone through many different loops in this situation with Judgment here, okay? But this is a very independent energy, okay? Very independent energy. And I feel like this is speaking of the other woman. You have to determine, are you the other woman or are you dealing with another woman? But I feel like this is the story very strongly. And if that's not your story, then you are somebody who is highly independent. You're on your own. You're doing your own thing. You're staying in your independent energy. You might be kind of actually having a lot of people that are attracted to you. They're coming towards you, All they're bringing is this wand energy, It's just this real shady kind of energy, They just want to steal your heart for a night, and then they want to walk off when you're still asleep the next morning. It's that kind of energy. They'll ghost you, hit it and quit it kind of energy. You're not really wanting that, and I feel like you're in this energy where you're very attractive, you're very appealing. You draw a lot of attention, but you're kind of drawing this kind of attention. And some of you are already in a committed relationship and you're being enticed by perhaps old loves or outside energies that maybe you're very sexually attracted to are kind of coming around, maybe sliding in your DMs, and you're entertaining this energy because it feels good to get your flowers. It feels good to get the attention. But you got to be careful about that because you could really compromise your marriage. There's something you need to be aware of here. You could really compromise your commitment. You could compromise your union. And if you've been in that role and you've been playing this game, there might be something that's coming out that might cause, some troubled times moving forward. You might find yourself in a position of having to defend yourself. There might be people approaching you who are give us some answers about this, okay? Because it looks like it could be a multiple party situation. I could also see if you're dealing with somebody, an outsider, somebody who's trying to insert themselves in your relationship, that you could be in the position of defending your home, defending what you've built with another. You're like, no, I'm the queen of this castle, This is my lover. We're living together. We're building a life together. You're not gonna cause us problems. All right. This could also be something like somebody's indiscretion, like a moment of slip up, a night of, just getting it in. This could be like a hookup energy. It could be somebody had a one night stand. It wasn't anything that they wanted to invest in. This thing is coming back. It came with strings attached. This thing won't go away. You're worried about this coming out because you're afraid that it's going to steal your happiness from you, or vice versa, But But there is something here. It's been happening behind the scenes, and there's something being illuminated around this, and it comes through communication. It could be messages are being revealed. Could be DMs are being revealed. It's going to be hard to, you know, somebody's got receipts in this situation. We know that. Queen of Swords has receipts. You know, whoever is the person that, you know, got cut out of the situation. This could be also like the ex, you know, this could be your ex, all right? Somebody's got receipts. Somebody's got receipts. They got like a log of this communication. They have record of this communication. This is kind of like a tricky situation. They might be holding this over the other person's head. Pick what side you're on. They might be like, you know what? You need to keep your mouth shut, because if you don't, I'm going to show, you know, your person everything, and say goodbye to your happy home. Ugh. You know, there's some real heavy energy that's been coming out in the collective. You know, we're dealing with some rough stuff. So let me get, do I want to use these? Do a cut of the deck here? I'm going to do a cut of the deck on this, and then I feel like pulling out a different deck for you all. I feel like getting things really clear. Yes, somebody's security is being threatened in this situation big time with the Tower, right? There's something here that if it's exposed, it threatens somebody's security. A house of lies comes tumbling down, all right? This tower is going to fall. The Tower never shows up. It never shows up without there being bearing, okay? It doesn't, and we know there's been betrayal here. 5 of Swords. We also see rushing forward very rapidly, Knight of Swords, air sign energy, swift, decisive action. Something's being communicated here, all right? Something's being communicated here. We see that very strongly. There's movement here with air. Could be you dealt with an air sign. They're coming forward. They're charging forward to communicate something very clearly, you know? Somebody here's got receipts. I feel like air's got receipts. There's movement forward. And somebody's moving forward toward air, maybe with these receipts, maybe an air sign energy, or perhaps this Queen of Wands is taking the initiative to charge forward and speak a truth to this air sign energy. Somebody's wanting the truth. Somebody's got receipts in this situation. Very interesting. It threatens somebody's security. It threatens somebody's security. Yeah, there's something really fishy going on here with the Page of Cups. And again, it could have to do with a child, you know, something that was hidden about a child, a love child, you know, that message that came in. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at the Kipper deck. I want some more information, and I want to get Kipper. I feel like you need real, like, cut through the BS kind of energy here. Concern. There's concern around this, and there's concern around building blocks for the future with the 33 energy there. You know, that's what 33 is. 33 is a master number for building, you know, the future, for making something manifest, for making something happen, a vision happen, what you want to see manifest. There's concern around this. There's concern around something manifesting that could interrupt your hopes for the future. Somebody's hopes for the future in this situation. And somebody is charging in to communicate something. Somebody's got receipts, all right? It brings a Tower. That's what I got. Brings a Tower. Somebody was doing something behind another's back. They thought they would get away with it. They're not going to get away with it. Something's coming out here. Okay, let's get a picture of what's going on. Yeah, false person. There's a false person in this situation. Look at this. We got masculine, you know, wearing a mask. We got feminine here, you know, hiding behind a fan. Yes, there's something going on here. There's 2 people that are working together here. two people that are working together here, and both are concealed. Okay, this is a secret. This is something clandestine that's being revealed. All right, let's get some more information on this. Let's make it crystal clear. What does Taurus Descendant Scorpio rising need to know about this situation? I mean, I really want to know who this Queen of Swords is. This Queen of Swords looks like they got receipts. Okay, what's coming in here? High honor, concern, bad health, message, change, false person. This is like a fall from grace. This is somebody that, you know, used to have a really good standing, you know, a lot of respect in the community. They have cause for concern. They have so much concern about whatever the secret is coming out. They have so much concern over this that it's negatively affecting their health. Somebody is stressed out. They got a lot of emotional duress in relation to this. And again, it has to do with a message. A lot of 7 energy coming in here. So this is like Spirit's got this on lock. Like truth is being revealed here. Whatever message comes in, it's in relation to a false person. It came out again. And this creates a change in the situation. It creates an ending with the 9. This is a spiritual cycle. It's a spiritual karmic cycle. It's like chickens coming home to roost in this situation here. I want to know about this Queen of Swords because I want to know about the character on the board. This is the only court card. Oh, we got the Queen of Wands too. Okay. So I feel like these are the two that are facing off here. This is what it feels like. Queen of Swords wants some answers from the Queen of Wands, the other person, the mistress, okay? You'll know if you're the Queen of Swords, okay? If you're experiencing a separation in your relationship, or if you're dealing with some situation where you know there's a third party involved or an interfering element, you would be in that position of Queen of Swords. But I'm going to go ahead and get a clarification on both of these figures here. Kipper? No. It's related to a marriage, okay? So there is an established situation here. This is the story I'm talking about. You shouldn't have a Queen of Wands in the picture when you're looking at marriage. Not out there with all this 7 of Swords, false person stuff. All right? That's not a positive energy. Devil, you know, something's been going on here. It's not right. Okay, I'm really like wondering if I should use these other cards. Yeah, I want to pull these out. Okay, we're going to pull out the Shadow Light deck, the trusty wild card deck here. Yeah, there's been a separation in this relationship. Okay, this is my card. I used to signify that. The 2 of Hearts. Notice there's this line between them. This card got bent. This card got bent out of shape. This Queen of Wands bent this connection out of shape with this interference, okay? There's truth coming home to roost in this situation. All right, I want to get more information on both of these figures. So we're going to look at Queen of Swords first. Please give clarification, Spirit, on the role Queen of Swords is playing in this situation. Give clarity about the Queen of Swords and the role the Queen of Swords is playing in this situation. That way, you know, if you're the Queen of Swords, you're going to come out in this way. It'll give some identifying factors, or if it's somebody else, it'll help you know the role they're playing in this situation. Give us some information about the Queen of Swords in this situation, spiritual Taurus Descendant, Scorpio rising. Bottom of the deck energy, 5 of Clubs in the light, okay? So this is somebody who felt like they were dealing with some kind of drama in a situation. It's in the light. So this person, they weren't part of this drama, but they definitely dealt with it, okay? This also indicates like a competitive situation. So that shows that there's too many cooks in the kitchen in this love story. Discover, learn, and play comes up. Big fuck around, find out energy, okay? So there's something happening here. Somebody is demanding accountability in this situation, and they're not going to accept anything less than the truth. This person has receipts. They have receipts. They know that there's Somebody's been given to 2 with the 6 of diamonds, okay? And there may even be a financial component involved in this. Something that, is there like a payoff energy involved in this? Paying somebody off to keep quiet, or maybe somebody receiving money from another because there is a love child involved. There's something here where finances is involved too. We see this very clearly. Look, both in the shadow, okay? And that 9 of diamonds, that's an independent energy. That independent energy, again, it matches Queen of Wands. So an independent energy has been getting really rich off somebody giving them some money, okay? Why? Why? That's what the Queen of Swords wants to know. Why? You know, there's some kind of drama coming to a head in this situation. There's light shined on being discovered about what's been happening behind the scenes. It's a fuck around and find out message very strongly. Yeah, this has caused a lot of worry, a lot of strife, a lot of, you know, suffering, emotional duress with the 9 of spades in the shadow. A lot of burden too, a lot of being in the dark, but something's not in the dark anymore. Something's not a burden anymore with the 10 of clubs being illuminated. What's being illuminated? The fact that there were lots of options with the 7 of hearts. The fact that there was hidden options in this situation. That's the shadow aspect. So this is the story. And if you're not resonating with that, this could be elements that come in the future, could be predicted in nature, or it's just not your story, okay? But it's coming through very strongly. So it seems to be the track that the cards are wanting to stay on, and it's the message that's coming through. Give some more information about how is this going to turn out for the Queen of Swords in this situation. And then okay, we got a light card, crossing. 5 of spades in the light. She's going to find out about the betrayal. She's being illuminated about the betrayal by the Queen of Hearts in the shadow. Water sign energy, Scorpio. As some of you played this role of, you know, the side piece in a situation, and this person's finding out. Ooh, King of Hearts, Queen of Hearts in the shadow. I mean, I hate to say it, but, you know, for some of you, you're the one who has some accountability in this situation. Not all of you, okay? Not all of you. Not all of you, but it does look like there's some truth here. It directly affects your relationship, all right? This could also be other water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's possible. With that Cancer energy, this other woman, okay, with Leo being very strong for Queen of Wands, it could be somebody born on the Cancer-Leo cusp. All right, that's possible too. Yeah, it's being confirmed with the 7 of spades coming up in the shadow. This is it. This is, you know, this is what's been going on. That's foul. This is cheating. It's cheating. It's cheating. Bing, coming to light, Queen of Diamonds. Taurus, there's your energy, okay? This is coming to light. Look, Joker. Joker in the shadow. Look at the dollar signs. There's a financial component to this. Did somebody want some money? Did somebody work somebody for some money? It's interesting. Really interesting messages. All right. I want to know about this. Yeah, you know, right behind that, there's the 2 of Hearts in the shadow. All right. It's pretty clear. All right. We got the Queen of Swords is exonerated. This is the person who had this done to them. Okay. So there's a betrayal here. Tell me about this Queen of Wands. I want to know about the Queen of Wands role in this situation. What is the Queen of Wands role in this situation? You know, sometimes I have to deliver a reading and it's not going to be a popular message. I don't sell fantasy in my reads. I don't tell people what they want to hear. In fact, I'm not saying anything at all. I get myself out of the way. before I do any reading, I always ask that I have all my biases clear, that I get pushed aside. It's not me delivering messages. It's the messages that want to come through. It's being backed up by the cards, okay? And I'm not going to sit there and tell some pretty story. I'm not going to spin some fairy tale because, well, you know what? Maybe it is a fairy tale, because fairy tale medicine, true fairy tales are very much about, like, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Maybe what seemed like a fairy tale at one point has turned into a nightmare. You know, think about Grimm's fairy tales. You know, fairy tales, true fairy tales always bring, you know, a harsh truth. They always bring some kind of moral to the story. There's always some kind of lesson to learn. This looks like a spiritual clusterfuck. It looks karmic as hell. This looks like this is something really messy. It feels very entangled, very deceptive, and there's, I don't know, there's just a lot of really kind of, it's really brutal energy. It's very like cruel energy. Cruel intentions comes to mind, all right? I want to know about this Queen of Wands. Get more information about this Queen of Wands in this situation. What's the story with this Queen of Wands? Reveal the truth, Spirit, about this Queen of Wands energy and the role this Queen of Wands is playing in this situation. Here she is again, okay? Queen of Clubs coming up in the light. What's behind that Jack of Hearts, also in the light, okay? Two of Clubs coming up in the light. Ooh, here we go. Jack of Clubs coming up in the shadow. So this Queen of Clubs has love and wants to advance toward this Jack of Clubs. All right, so fire sign energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius is drawn to this Jack of Clubs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Moving in the shadow. This is where the shadow element comes in. This very much kind of confirms they actually planned this. They had their sights set on this. They've been trying to manifest this. They've been trying to call this in. This Queen of Clubs energy has been trying to call this energy in. We see there is a movement forward. There is movement forward with the Jack of Clubs, you know. So this is just showing that there's been some kind of connection here. Yes. And here comes the Two of Diamonds in the shadow. This is imbalanced. King of Diamonds also in the shadow. Again, remember there's a financial component here. Okay. Eight of Spades in the light. This is coming to light. This could also be there's somebody's been controlling this person, controlling this fire sign energy, using this tryst, using this affair, using this as like a power play, like holding it over their head, and maybe even requiring like some kind of payoff, like manipulating them for money, you know, manipulating them for money in order to keep quiet. And they're controlling them in this way. Three of Diamonds coming to light. This is coming to light. It's coming to light that there's, you know, these two have been working together. These two have been working together. There's something going on here. There's definitely something messy going on here. And it needs to be sorted out. Let's call in the angels. Let's call in these angels. What needs to happen in this situation? Bottom of the deck energy. There's that Seven of Wands again. Liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So somebody's getting justice in this situation. The scales are being balanced for somebody in this situation where they were done wrong, or where somebody thought that they were going to get away with this kind of like manipulation. They're getting outed. This isn't going to work out. Scales are being balanced in this situation. Okay. Somebody's got all the defense they need. They got all the protection they need. You know, there's a feeling of like messiness around this situation. I'm really getting that. And with the message of concern, lots of messages. News travels fast. I just got that news travels fast. You know, maybe somebody's already been talking. Somebody's already been talking. You know, cat's already out of the bag. 7 of Wands, it comes up again. Liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So whoever was done wrong in this situation, they're overcoming this. This person's protected, you know. So if you know that you've moved correct and you feel like somebody's been interfering in your relationship, then it shows you that, you know, rights are going to be wronged in this situation. These people are getting caught up in their own BS, you know, where there was a web of deceit. Whoever's spun this web of deceit is getting caught up in their own lies. And where you've been struggling with something, if you're, you know, the person who did act out, we've got to look at everything here, okay? We got, you know, in all of the collective, we got, you know, those that are operating out of the light, those that are operating in the shadows. This has come up, you know, in one shape or form for all of the signs. You know, there's been challenges to face. There's been things to overcome. There's been karma to own, you know, to pay off. Yeah, we got the Lovers here. This just flipped over. Haniel. Joy and pleasure brings happiness to couples and removes negative energy. All right. So where there's been interference in a love relationship in relation to some kind of manipulation that looks like an affair, or looks like somebody who is trying to drive a wedge between two people because, you know, they felt like, no, that's my person, or they were attracted to that person. This is being overcome. You know, these people are meant to be together. And so something's coming into alignment. I feel like this happiness is being restored in a relationship where there was a lot of interference and a lot of negative energy directed at this connection. And you're able to overcome something. You're able to overcome something. Either way, I feel like you're able to overcome something no matter what side it's on, because it sort of feels like a balancing of the scales. It's like, let's just play devil's advocate for a minute, okay? So let's say that you did something. Let's say you had an affair. It was an accident, you know. I mean, there's always lead up, okay? There's always lead up. If you've been like DMing somebody, it's like you have plenty of time to think about your actions, right? So let's not call it an accident, because that's not really the right way to phrase it. But maybe if that is your position, maybe you've been referring to it as that. It was an accident. I didn't mean it. Yeah, but maybe that doesn't really count at this time, you know? It's like there's something that you have to own here, you know? There's something you have to own here. There's something that you can't just like call an accident, you know? It's premeditated at that point when you got like the communication build up, and then, you know, expressing feelings to each other, sexting, planning on hooking up with each other, meeting each other, you know, this whole kind of action, you know, again, it's like, I want answers here. There's Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck here, you know. There's something that happened in a situation that caused separation, and it's not appropriate, and it's not okay, and it needs to be addressed. So let's just say you were the person, you had a slip, you know, you had a slip, you had a moment of weakness, all right? If it's your story and you're the one who had the slip, or your person had the slip, it's like there's something that can be balanced out. It's like we don't realize how much we can feel trapped, how much we can be bound up in the webs we weave, right? You may think like, oh, I'm like sparing this person by holding back the truth, you know, because the truth will only hurt them. When the reality is the truth is hurting you, because it's keeping you up in your head. It's keeping you up at night. You feel guilty. It doesn't allow you to really receive like any of the joy and, you know, possibility in your current connection. You know, there's no opportunity for transformation when you're holding all this inside. But we see like kind of a key on the bottom of the deck here coming through with the 8 of Cups. You know, water bearer energy could be coming through very strongly in relation to Aquarius, somebody with strong Aquarius placement, or something that happened in Aquarius season. That's possible too. But this is like by coming up and out with the emotions, by spilling out the emotions, like holding something like that in, holding a secret in, whatever the secret is around, whatever you're so afraid of revealing, it does you more harm. And it actually does more harm to the other person that you tell yourself you're protecting them, but you're actually not. Like withholding the truth is keeping that person stuck in a situation that maybe if they knew the truth, they'd want to walk away from it. Maybe they would cleanse themselves of the situation. And then, hey, maybe you would get what you wanted. You could just like slide right in if that's the case. If you had your eyes on another person's person, you know, on the person they were in relationship with. I mean, you got to look at it that way. I'm coming at it from the angle of devil's advocate. I'm also coming at it from the angle of you also release the burden, okay? You don't have to stay in this place of guilt, you know? You have some emotional cleansing. You speak the truth. Even if it is a negative result initially, there's some rough impact. It washes things clean. It wipes the slate clean. No longer is this held over your head, okay? I feel like there is this coming forth of emotions. It says transformation gives consolation in adversity. And somebody is going through this in the Taurus Descendant collective, right? Somebody is going through this. This is their journey. They're having to like, you know, go through a purification process. They're having to own their actions. They're having to communicate the truth, own the truth. And they're experiencing this. And it's for transformation. It's for growth, okay? So there's still growth that comes through this. It's not easy. Growth isn't always easy. But it says discernment, the deliverance of prisoners. So those who were held back by being kept in the dark, not having the truth, they're set free. And that is justice. That is balance, okay? And that is growth, okay? So somebody is doing that work. And that is somebody's story. But it's very clear that, yeah, look at 9 of Swords. It's right there. 9 of Swords. Look, somebody's getting their butt whooped. Somebody's being held accountable, okay? And maybe their guardian angel's getting their butt whooped too. It's like, hey, man, you've been slacking on the job, you know? You're supposed to guide them in the right direction, you know? This is coming. Purification and protection from the impious. So wherever somebody was done dirty, something is being purified here. Truth's coming out, and there's a healing process underway, and there's also transformation underway, right? This is definitely coming up and out. I think I want to do like an overarching theme card here after I do a cut of the deck. There's just a lot going on here. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles. This is about finding balance in this situation, all right? And, you know, you may have even done a ritual for this person. Somebody here may have done a ritual for this person. They were calling this person in. I get, like, it says, you know, fulfills any requests. So if you did, you know, call this person in, even though you knew they were with another, it's like, I get that your request can be fulfilled. But again, it kind of goes back to that message of like, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. This wish comes with strings attached, and you can't like bypass that part of it. 10 of Pentacles, honorable God. Ooh. Blocking energy around that. Yeah, I mean, it's like speaking the truth, owning it is part of getting your wish in this situation. Says here, 10 of Pentacles, inner and outer work. Helps one keep their job and protects against disasters, okay? So it's interesting because if you know, been dealing with a situation where somebody was trying to manipulate you financially or vice versa, somebody was also like gaining financially from whatever was going on here. You know, being honest, telling the truth, dealing with this in a forthright manner, you know, it preserves the finances, it preserves the security, it preserves your new beginning. I feel like this is a case where maybe somebody did something kind of left and it goes right for them, but with a price. But with a price. Like, you want to cross this bridge? There's